you know, maybe just stop pretending like you care. Stop pretending like it means anything to you at all, and you'll stop getting these kinds of responses. Because the reason people are mad is not because you made a joke, not because you misunderstood a fandom, not because you confused two robots. It's because you don't give a shit anyway. And everybody can tell. That's why they're mad. So what am I talking about? Earlier today, there was a post. And this post featured a Gundam that had been deep fried. And just... Well, look at this. This is what we're talking about right here. This little thing right here, this little Gundam picture right here is what it was. That was sent, and then it was from the Spanish KFC Twitter posted this, and then all of a sudden, people start posting this. Now, the words that were given with this is, honey, what's wrong? You haven't touched your fried Optimus Prime. And then all these kinds of memes and stuff started showing up. And then I was talking a little bit with the guy that informed me about it. And of course, right here where he starts bringing up some other stuff and he's like this. And I keep telling him, this is not rare. This is not new. It's actually quite common. The issue is not the fact that you didn't understand a thing. It's that you pretend to. See, we've all been in this situation before where you know somebody doesn't understand or doesn't care about a fandom, but they don't pretend to. Think of how many times you were playing a video game and your parents that don't play video games or don't care about video games say something like, hey, get off the Nintendo, when you're not playing a Nintendo. Or, you know, they ask you, well, so you want that game? That's that game station, or they may actually know, oh, that's the PlayStation, and you're like, no, I have an Xbox, and they're like, Xbox, so is that like the same thing? They don't know, and they don't care, and they don't pretend to know, and they don't pretend to care. See, now this is where the difference is. This is where the huge difference comes in, is that all these corporations, all these stupid businesses, KFC and different things like that, and Wendy's and everything that's trying to post Dragon Ball Z memes and act like they give a shit and act like they're in on it and act like they care about the fandom. You don't. You don't. And everybody can see it. And not even the person you have running your Twitter knows or gives a shit about anything other than his job and his or her own fandoms. They don't care about ours, and they're literally driving in our lane. That is what's so irritating, is the insulting variety of it. Had somebody else who doesn't give a crap saw a robot on TV and said, hey, did you see they're making like that new Transformer movie thing? And you would go, talking about a live-action Gundam movie? We're just being hypothetical here. And they would go, what's Gundam? Is that what that is? I seen it on TV. It's like there's a big robot and there's like a dude in it. And yeah, that's Gundam. That's what's coming out. Oh. Well, it looked pretty cool. That's them. We're not mad at that person. We're not mad at that person for simply being that person, not understanding or not knowing about a thing and just like trying to bring it up or whatever in passing conversation. We're not mad about that. That's not the issue. The issue is this crap. They don't give a shit. They don't. They couldn't care less. They've never watched any of it. They don't care about any of it. They don't invest in any of it. They don't know any of it. But they know that you do. So they're going to try to cater to you real fast. Give you that little handout real quick. Look, Goku hair. Cool, huh? Come eat Wendy's. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit. And they can tell that you don't give a shit. And every now and then when you hit a home run and you're like, hey, we care about something. We're in here too. We care. You don't. You don't. Every corporation, boiled down to it, exists for one major purpose, and that's making money. These giant corporations, Sony making money, Microsoft making money, McDonald's making money. Sure, maybe in some cases they may use that money to help a little bit here and there, but you better believe the bulk of what they make goes into their profits because that's their interest. And when this soulless corporation tries to come out and be like, hey guys, Gundam, right? Some Gundam? Like, there are memes showing up all over. There were memes showing up on this list and everything. It was a tweet, okay? It was a tweet, and it was basically a ridiculous-looking, deep-fried Gundam that they were calling Optimus Prime, and not even like one of those memes where they're purposely going out of their way to be wrong, like where they show Jean-Luc Picard or something, and they're like, Star Wars is my favorite space drama ever. Like, that's not what they're doing here. They thought that they were going to get a whole bunch of laughs and everybody was going to be on board. And people were going to talk about, did you see that KFC thing that they posted about Gundam? Ah ha ha ha, ah ha ha. Which, first off, it wouldn't have been funny even if it would have been correct. But to get it wrong on top of that, to be the soulless corporation that doesn't give a shit about the fandom to begin with, that's then just pandering to the people that like it or whatever for no other soulless purpose other than your advertisement, just demeans something that we give a shit about. The reason fandom is treated and people get so passionate and so extreme about a thing is because they care about a thing beyond the soullessness that sometimes creates that thing. Let's be honest about something real quick. Some properties are created for no other purpose other than to make money. Case in point. Currently, I'm doing a lot of this. I'm doing a lot of Masters of the Universe. Now, while it started as simply Star Wars is making toys, and they're making a lot of toys, and they're making an awful lot of money, and we'd like some of that Kenner money, and then they're like, we could have had that Kenner money, but we passed on it. Well, that's too bad. Now we got to think of another way to make money. Okay, so let's lay out some ideas. Here's this, this, and this. I like this one right here. That's what we're going with. Weren't we working on something not way too long ago that's kind of peddling into this idea? Yeah, let's recycle a couple ideas in. Let's check this. Let's check this. If this line is going to work, we're going to have to recycle some things. Let's take some old toys that we've already got that are not necessarily selling well. We'll repurpose them into this, and bam, 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 here we go. Okay, that is a soulless creation. Maybe some of the people that worked on it have some kind of passion in terms of certain things, but the fandom of it doesn't exist yet. It is a soulless product meant to sell toys to kids. Then it's picked up by a fan base, normally the kids that it was meant to sell to, and those kids take it, expand it in their imaginations and make it bigger and grander than what it was, until at some point it becomes a fandom. At some point, people become involved. At some point, some people start telling stories. At some point, the creation of it expands, and it becomes much more than what it was. Now Masters is comic books. Masters is interaction. Masters is imagination. Masters is toys. Masters is all different kinds of things. And it is a literal, massive avatar for the imagination and an escape for some people, a positive escape that brings a positivity to their life. This happens with a lot of products, things like Star Trek. And then when it gets crapped on by a soulless entity that doesn't give a shit about what it even is, that feels like you're being pandered to, or you're being almost made fun of. Just like when you like video games or you like anime, and then you have to tolerate that ignorant person that's like, cartoons are for kids, and blah, blah, blah this, and blah, blah, blah that, and if you're still watching them, then there's something wrong with you, and nobody's ever going to love you, and blah, 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 women don't like you, and yada, yada, you're a basement dweller, you're this, you're that. There's insults that come with that kind of crap. So when all of a sudden you try to act like you're in this, and you're not in this, and you don't care about it at all, and then you soullessly get exposed as being that person that doesn't really care about it at all of a sudden, you're that person that crapped on me for liking this that's now trying to act like you care so that you can get something out of me, and you know what? You deserve nothing from me. That's the kind of message that this crap brings. Quite frankly, I would be way more appreciative that I never see advertising for it in this kind of manner than see advertising for it, even if it keeps it in the public eye, because I'd rather it not become a joke. And I'm talking about all fandoms. If you're not a part about it, if you don't care about it, if you don't like it, if you're literally not in it, then until you are, you really shouldn't use it to advertise your shit. Period. Later on.
I have spoken. Take what you will from it.